Fine. So as a part of purchasing, so far we completed purchasing configuration, right? We completed purchasing configuration and we tested the basic P2P cycle. And we tested how we can customize the roles, say roles customization. And along with that, we tested different approvals, right? Here when we talk about approvals, we tested approval groups, and again we tested with the same approval group, we tested serial approvals, parallel approvals, and we tested with the multiple conditions. And we tested single approvals, single approver. Okay, these are the different approvals we tested. And we have many other concepts as a part of purchasing. We'll go one by one. So before we get into that area, what we'll do is, in today's session we'll see the report part, okay, which is quite common for all the applications. That could be purchasing, inventory, order management, or payables or receivables, irrespective of module. How we can create our own reports by using OTBI. In today's session we'll see OTBI reports, how to create, and we can plan BIP reports in tomorrow's session. Okay, now let's talk about OTBI. So when we talk about the reporting, we have tool called as OBIEE. Okay, OBIE. So in case of EBS, as a part of EBS, if you want to use OBIE reporting tool, we have to take the separate license. And that has to be integrated, and that's how that our EBS data can flow. We can move into that respective environment. From there we will be able to fetch the data to prepare the OBIE reports. But in Fusion, that is inbuilt. You don't need to take separate license when you are using any applications. For each application, this OBIE tool would be available to prepare the reports. So when we talk about OBIE, it stands for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. Okay, OBIE stands for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. This simply you can say this is BI tool. So by using this, you can prepare variety of reports. Okay, so out of the different capability of OBIE, Oracle is providing OTBI reports and BIP reports through this OBIE within the Fusion applications. So by using this OBIE feature or OBIE tool, what we can do is, or simply you can call as BI tool, Business Intelligence Tool. By using this, you can prepare OTBI reports and BIP reports. Okay, OTBI reports and BIP reports. What does it mean by OTBI? OTBI stands for Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence. Okay, OTBI stands for Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence. And when you talk about BIP, so same, the Business Intelligence Publisher. Okay. So OBI is inbuilt tool within the Fusion applications. Like EBS, we no need to get any separate license to use this tool. So as a part of OBI, we have two different reporting options. One is OTBI, other one is BIP reports. So what is the difference between this OTBI and BIP reports? So
Lakshman, so when you're saying we don't need to buy a separate license, so let's say if I have Oracle Financial Cloud, then it will come with OTBI and BIP reports along with that Financial Cloud?
yeah, in case of Fusion, you'll get by default. Okay, if it is a EBS environment, you have to take the separate license.
So in this case, let's say if I'm buying 50 licenses from a 50 users, so all of those 50 can access OTBI?
Yes. When you are taking the license for the users, first point is you'll be taking the license for the application, right? The specific application, you will take the license for number of users. You take license for any application. Say here, basically we call it subscription. Okay. So whenever you take the subscription for any application, so you'll get this OTBI also, BI tool also. Lot of background noise from your end. I'm sorry, I kept on mute. Okay. So you will get by default. You don't need to pay anything extra for this BI tool, which is required in case of EBS. This is inbuilt functionality. Okay, this is inbuilt functionality or inbuilt feature within the Fusion applications. Fine. So OTBI reporting and BIP reporting, how these two are different. So when you talk about BIP, Business Intelligence Publisher reporting, here you can build the reports by writing the SQL queries. You can use the SQL queries to create the reports. But when you talk about OTBI, you cannot write SQL queries. Okay, you cannot write SQL queries. And in case of OTBI, so we can use only standard output formats. Here, in case of BIP, when you are dealing with the BIP, we can go with a different output formats. Even you can define or you can use existing. You can go with a different output formats. And when you deal with this BIP reports, I think those other points not required. I mean to say the BIP reports will enable great flexibility of developing the reports, whereas OTBI will be limited for specific area of the data. Here, let me write the simple point. Here, everything we deal with subject areas. predefined subject areas. Here, predefined subject areas means in case of OTBI reports, Oracle provides you can create OTBI reports against which subject area, which data. But here no limit. Here no limit, no limitation. Okay. If data is available in the data in a specific table, you can just write a query and you can create the report. Okay, that's how these two are different. Okay. So, yeah.
So Lakshman, for the predefined subject area, is it right? Let's say if I have only financial, like if I have financial cloud responsibility as a user, so I cannot build a report using the data from inventory and procurement. Is that you mean by predefined subject area?
No. Yeah, based on the user roles, you'll get access to subject areas. That is the first point. Okay. The other point is we have a separate roles which will enable us to access this BI tool in two ways. One is by default based on the user roles. Your user has access to only inventory application or say inventory and purchasing. So the user by default will have access to inventory and purchasing related subject areas so that the user can prepare the OTBA reports. And again, when you are giving the permissions, you can set the different permission. Only the user can run the reports or user can prepare the reports or full control or very limited access. Those all you can specify. That also I'll be covering when we are defining these reports. I'll take you through how to set the permissions and we can specify which user, if you go and create the report, which user can have access to that report, only specific user, or you can specify the person who has access to so and so role, that those all the people can access that report. That sort of permissions you can set it up. By default, when you talk about subject areas, yes, subject areas will be provisioned to the users based on the role or roles associated with those users. Okay. Subject areas are specific to application. Fine. We'll see all those. We'll just come across those points in today's session itself. Fine. So that's all about the subject area. Subject areas means the predefined set of data which is grouped under specific application. And again, for each application, we have different subject areas also, which you can see. Fine. So when I talk about subject areas, say here, basically we can find subject area. So within the subject area, we will find the dimensions. Okay, we'll have a dimensions. Under dimensions, we'll have a dimension attributes. Simply you can call as attributes or call as dimension attributes. Okay. So this is how the subject area you can find. You'll find subject area. Say I'll just name one of the subject area. Subject area name I'll take inventory. Say the real-time balances. Basically the real-time, the term you could see as a suffix. So, and one more point, which is subject area consists of real time. This term as a suffix, only that subject area you can use for OTBI reporting. Okay, Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence. Okay, this is for to query the only real-time balances. That means it won't allow us to query historical data. Only real-time data only will be able to see when you talk about balances, real-time balances. So at this point of time, what are the balances you have? Not only it's the balances, any subject area you take, it shows only real time. The historical data it won't show at all. Okay, fine.
Current on hand quantity.
Yeah, current on hand quantity. We have a different subject area. Just I am taking as just example here. Inventory is application. The balances, on hand balances. We'll see that there are a number of. Okay, just to address how it would be structured, I'm taking this point. These 3 points you have to consider when you look at any subject area. There will be application specification, and the second point is the data specification. Within that application, the subject area is allowing us, is facilitating what data access that you can see. The third point is the real time as a suffix. So every subject area will talks about 3 parts: application, data, and the specification of real time. So within this, dimensions. So dimensions means when you talk about the subject area, inventory, on hand balances, real time, when you talk about it, so this on hand balances related n number of columns are grouped into different dimensions. So one dimension, say inventory. Okay, so inventory related different columns or say attributes are grouped into inventory dimensions. Means only inventory related columns you can find under inventory dimension. If you take example as item as a dimension, item related all attributes you can find as a item dimensions. Okay, that means the group of attributes we are calling as dimensions. So those directly the group under specific dimension, whatever the attributes will find, those are the dimension attributes. Okay, inventory, the dimension could be item. All item related attributes we call as a dimension attributes. So this is how you can just find the structure of this OTBI subject area. Okay, and whatever the subject areas Oracle is providing, only those we can use. We cannot add any new subject areas into this OTBI reporting. And if you want to prepare the report, yes, you can prepare the report with one single subject area, or else you can select multiple subject areas and you can prepare the reports. When you are selecting the multiple subject areas, we have to make sure that the multiple subject areas which you are selecting all has the same dimension. The attributes can be different, but they should have a common dimension. So that's how you'll be able to achieve the reporting by using the multiple subject areas. Okay, we'll just go to the application and we'll see how to navigate and how to find all this information. Then we'll prepare the report also. Let's go to application. So you can navigate to this BI tool from the navigator. One option is from the navigator. Within the navigator, under tools, okay, under tools, we have a task called as reports and analytics. We have a task called as reports and analytics. Just click on reports and analytics. Okay, from here just click on browse catalog. Here it's blocking the pop-up. You can click on this and say show. Okay, so this is a BI tool. So by default system selected catalog option. So you can find two folders here by default. One is my folder, other one is shared folder. So my folder is specific to the user. Okay, this user can create the reports, and all those reports can be placed in the my folder so that those reports would be available only for this user. And what are the reports you have as a part of shared folder, or else what are the reports you place in the shared folder, those can be accessed by all the users who has access to this BI tool based on the roles or role provisioning. Fine. So if you go to my folders, you don't have anything within the my folder. My folders, this it is empty folder. Here you don't have anything. If you go to shared folders,
Mm.
see the ERP.
Lakshman, how do you get BA to access?
No, just you have to take the navigation. Hope you have seen that, right?
So,
Or you are asking something else?
yeah, navigation, and anybody can get this access, I mean, defaultly, or any specific roles that we need
Roles,
to.
we have a separate roles. We'll talk on that. Okay.
Mhm.
So the current user has access to many roles, right? So this user has access to application implementation consultant. The application implementation consultant role has a the BA related role, BA administrator. Okay, one of the key role is BA administrator. If you assign the BA administrator role to your user, that user will have access to this BI tool. And not only this application implementation consultant, we assigned multiple roles to this user. GL related roles, inventory roles, purchasing roles. So there are many roles has this role access, means within those roles, inside of those roles, this BA administrator role is included. Okay, BA administrator role is included within those roles. So that is the reason we are able to have access to this BI tool. Fine. So without specific BA roles also, you can provision the access to this environment also. How that can be done, how the specific report access can be given to the user, will see. Okay. So the BA administrator role is giving the access to this environment. When you talk about navigation, the same you can find under tools. Under tools, we have a task called as reports and analytics. If you click on reports and analytics, it will take us to this BI catalogs page. Browse catalogs. Just click on browse catalogs. It will take us to BI Oracle BI catalogs, Oracle Business Intelligence tool. Here we have two folders. One is my folders, other one is shared folders. My folders is very specific to user. Okay, what are the information you place in the my folder, what are the reports you place in the my folder, those can be accessed by only this user. If you place anything within the shared folder, that can be shared across all the users who has access to this. Again, that is uh, you may place some folder in the shared folder. Again, you may set the permissions also. That's how you can restrict specific report definition to be available or not to be available for specific users. That also we'll see through permissions. Now just go to shared folders, expand the shared folder. Here you can find different application related reports. Okay, say for example procurement, expand procurement. Within the procurement, we have a different applications. Purchasing, self-service procurement, nothing but I procurement as per EBS. The sourcing application, supplier portal, supplier qualifications. So different applications. I'm just selecting purchasing. So all purchasing related reports you could see here. Okay. So all these purchasing related reports you could see. These all are the combination of OTBI reports and BIP reports. How to identify which is OTBI, which is a BIP? All these points also will see. Okay, so this is how you can find out the sourcing related reports. Yes, here you can see the same way supplier qualification related reports. Okay, any application, any area you can choose. Say financials. Directly, if you click on financials here, it will list out all the reports which are classified under different applications, or else you can expand here only. You can see directly the subfolders which talks about specific application. You can select that application specific reports you could see. Again, those has sub classification as invoices, payments. If you go to payables, if you want to see invoice specific reports, select invoices. So this and all you can see. This is how you can navigate to this page. If not from here, you have other option. So I don't want to navigate from the tools, and the tools reports under analytics. What you can do is you can go to specific task from where we perform the specific transactions. So I want to navigate to inventory management. Okay, go to inventory management. So here, the right side, the first icon related to task list. That already we tried with that, right? We just gone through that. We performed different transactions. The second one, you for search purpose, quick search you can conduct. Okay, so you can select what information you want to search. Accordingly you can search. You can select based on this, the primary area selection. You can select the relevant further filtration item, item number, item description. Then you can search directly from here. Apart from that, we have another icon which represents the reports and analytics. Just click on this reports analytics. The same my folders under shared folder. Okay, this is a shared folder which consists of reports analytics. The same you can see if you navigate from the navigator tools and reports analytics. Here also same just logic is applicable. My folder shows the reports which are placed by this user or created by this user. Those you can find within the my folders. If you expand my folders, you'll find nothing. Okay, if you go to shared folders, based on this user roles, what are the roles access this user has to perform the transactions, the relevant reports this user can see. So where we have like under inventory management, only inventory management related reports only you can see here. That's how it would be filtered when we navigate to specific task from where we can perform the transactions. When you go to that BI page, there you can find all the different applications and different offering related reports. But when you are navigating from this place, you could see the very relevant information only. Okay, if you go to purchasing, only purchasing related reports you can see. If you go to payables, only payable related reports you can see. Fine. So go to this reports and analytics, and here we have option called as create. That means from here also you can navigate to that BI tool and you can prepare the reports. So next to create, here we have a drop down option. If you go to drop down, we have just two values. One is analysis, other one is report. Okay, You can click on analysis or report. It will take us to that page. From there you can choose whether you want to go with the OTBI reporting or BIP. Okay, and here also we have an option called as browse catalogs. If you click on browse catalogs, it will take us to that page. Fine, I'm just going to click on browse catalog. Okay, the same page. Fine. So any one of the option you can use to navigate to this page. After navigating to this page, you can click on home. Just click on home. So here you can find analysis and interactive reporting. This is nothing but OTBI. Okay, it provides OTBI reporting, and if you want to prepare the VIP reports, so this is a option we have to use. Okay, publisher reporting, it's nothing but BI publisher reporting. Now we'll see how to prepare the OTBI report. So here we have a hyperlink called as analysis. Just click on analysis. It will list out all the subject areas which are available, which are predefined. Just click on that. So these are the different subject areas which are available. So this user have access to multiple application. First of all, this user is acting as implementation consultant, where we assigned application implementation consultant role. Along with that, the different application roles also we assigned. That is the reason you will be able to see many subject areas from this user. So these are the subject areas. You see, this is benefits. This is a application name. As a part of HCM, one of the application is benefits. So this is application name. This is the actual data specification. Action items. Action item is one of the data specification, which is a part of benefits application. And again, the suffix is real time. For which subject area ends with real time, that subject area only you can use for OTBI reporting. Fine. So here there are many subject areas which talks about the application name and the relevant data. I will go to specific subject area which is related to our SCM. Any one of the subject area we can choose. That may be inventory or purchasing. This auto management and all we didn't cover. Right. Let's go with the inventory subject area. Fine. This is one of the subject area. Inventory is application, and the data within that, this subject area will provide the attributes related to inventory balances. Again, it is ending with a real time. Just click on this subject area. Okay, just click on the subject area. So here we no need to write any SQL queries, nothing, just it's all about drag and drop. You can select the required columns, okay, and you can prepare the report. Fine. Let me drag little right here. So this is the actual subject area name. Inventory balance real time. So within that, okay, these are the different dimensions. Here we discussed subject area. Subject area will have multiple dimensions. Each dimension can have sub dimensions also. Finally, we'll have a attributes within the under dimension, or under dimension you can have some sub dimensions. Within the sub dimensions you can have the dimension attribute. Okay, it's nothing but specific column within the database. So these are the different dimensions available under inventory balances subject area. Fine. Now you can select from here specific attributes. You can select here selected columns. You can drag and drop, or else you can double click on specific attribute, it would get selected. So when you are going to view the data, you can just set up some filters. Accordingly, data will be filtered. We'll see those. Now I want to select few attributes, few columns. First, I want to select inventory organization related attributes. Inventory organization is one of the dimension. Just expand this dimension. So whatever you see under the dimensions, those all are attributes, dimension attributes. So from here, I want to select one attribute called as inventory organization name. Okay, so you can just select, you can drag and drop here, or else what you can do is double click, it will be selected. So I'm just double clicking on this, it would get selected here. And again, see what system is doing. This is attribute inventory organization name. Again, this inventory organization name attribute is belongs to which dimension? The dimension name also system is taking here. Okay, so in the same way you can just select multiple attributes from the same dimension or different dimensions how we require. So we want to see the inventory organization, and even we want to see sub inventory organizations. So we'll have a inventory organization, sub inventory organization, item, and item on hand balances. That's how we want to prepare the simple analysis or say report. So this is sub inventory dimension. Under that there is an attribute. They all are sub inventory related relevant attributes, but we need an attribute called as sub inventory name. This you can drag and drop or double click, anything you can do. Fine. Okay, enough. Just sub inventory name is enough for us, and we'll go and select the item related attributes. So item dimension we have, expand it, and you can go to this sub dimension called as main. So here we have a attribute called as item name. You may double click.
Lakshman, all the dimensions should have the same dimensions in the sense how it is applicable in this case in our report.
I didn't get you.
Okay, you mentioned while preparing the report, all dimensions should be the same. Now we are selecting under sub-inventory.
So the point is different. If you are selecting the multiple subject areas, okay, areas, in that case you have to make sure that, say for example, this is a one subject area, right?
Right.
You want to include one more subject area. From here you can add one more subject area.
Okay.
So when you are selecting the columns for report preparation or for this analysis, so I selected inventory organization name from inventory organization dimension, right?
Right.
They say this subject area doesn't have few other columns related to inventory organization. That is the reason I am selecting one more subject area here, and within that subject area, say we have that attribute. So if I want to select that attribute, first of all, that here, okay, here inventory organization we have. There also we have to select inventory organization related subject area, inventory organization related dimension. From that dimension only, that column name we have to select, attribute name. The same column may be part of other dimension other than inventory organization, but you should not select from that. You have to select the similar dimension from the different subject area. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are selecting the.
I'm sorry, Lakshman. Can you repeat that again?
Now what I'm trying to say is, See, you have inventory organization dimension. Say it has 5 attributes, for example, and you need 6th attribute which is required. The 6th attribute may not be available from this subject area. You will select other subject area. Within that subject area, the 6th attribute what you need that may be available in the different dimensions, right? Specific attribute can be
Yes.
available in the different dimensions. So when you are selecting that attribute, you have to make sure that in the current subject area, you selected the inventory organization name from which dimension? Which dimension? Inventory organization dimension, you selected inventory organization name attribute. So if you are going to select some inventory organization related attribute from other subject area, make sure that you are just trying to select that attribute from the relevant dimension only. There the attribute may be available under different dimensions, but you make sure that, so in the current report, whatever you are preparing, whatever the attribute you selected, that is you taken from which dimension, from the dimension only you have to take from other subject area also. Okay.
In this, can you please kindly add the stock locator against the sub inventory?
Yeah,
That is more relevant. Is it available here? Stock locator, the locator,
yes.
or the sub inventory?
Yes. We have many attributes. See, that all related to this balances presentation only, right? We have stock locator and everything. Here is a locator. Here is a lot control and all you can select. Contest name, locator description. Okay, fine. So I'll be covering that instead of just discussing. Just I'll take you through how to select multiple subject areas, how to manage that. We'll just work on it. No issues. Fine. So we selected 2 attributes and we'll add a few more attributes. So let's go with this on hand balances dimension. Just expand this and it's a unit of measurement current on hand quantity. Go with on hand quantity. So so these are the 4 attributes we selected for our analysis. You may call, or you can call it as a report. Ideally it's a analysis. Done. So now here you can just, you have this setting option. You can, when you run the report, so the data filtration, how you want to sort, ascending order, descending order, all you can set. The edit formula, it will give some options. I'll take you through that. And column properties, here now itself you can see, if you go to column properties, you have a different options, how that column related font and the font, what font family you want to select for the data which will be presented within that specific column, and the font size for that, and font color, and the font style like a bold or italic or regular, and the effects if you want to apply, and the cell, each cell of this column, which column, inventory organization name, each cell related data representation, whether horizontal alignment for the data which will be presented under inventory organization name, how that has to be presented, the left or right alignment or center. And for each cell you want to have some border colors and vertical alignment, how it is required. Okay, the same way if you want to insert some image for that column also, that you can just select image, and the position you can specify here for the for this column, specific column, if you want to apply some border positions and border styles and border color, all these you can set it up here. It all falls under styles. And we have some additional formatting options also, which you can write here: the width, height, okay, the padding options, etc. all you can do here. And column format. So when system is going to present the data, how column, say for example you have here inventory organization, the same inventory organization is going to have 10 sub inventories. So you want to see the 10 in, since you have it, you are going to have a 10 records. 10 records means you are going to have 10 sub inventories. The each sub inventories belongs to which inventory? Say in our case, the 10 sub inventories belongs to one inventory organization only. In that case, so whether system has to show the 10 inventory organization 10 times to represent each sub inventory, or it how it that has to be suppress, that you can specify. If you select this suppress this option, it will show. So this said, for example, these two are sub inventories and these two are belongs to only one inventory, so the one time only that inventory organization will be shown. But in every record, in every row, if you want to show even that is the same inventory organization or any, it could be any column, just we are taking the example of this inventory organization. So in that case you can specify repeat. And again, this is the column. So this column name by default, based on the subject area, whatever you dragged and dropped, the name is inventory organization name. So if you want to customize that heading, you can customize it. You can enable it. You can say simply inventory org name. Okay. So you can just modify and data formats. Okay. If you want to just custom test format, if you want to specify, you can do that, or else by default the plain test only it will take some conditional formats. Okay. Here you can select a specific column and some different formats based on the conditions you can specify. So this is how just we have all these options. Again, go to this settings. So that is sort and all. Again, filter, you can create filter here below. You can just go to filters, and we selected inventory organization. For that, what filter you want to build, these are the different operator is equal to, or depending on the column you have to select. Okay, it's more than less than means if you are going to have some numbering and all in there, it is applicable. So you may specify is equal to, so it has to execute the output for which inventory organization. That's the meaning of it here. So you may select your specific inventory or multiple inventory organization, so that the report will display the result related to the filter which you are setting up. Okay. And the save column as the same we have seen directly here. You can just custom from here also, you can change that from, again, one more options, save column as they're given. Okay, and you can delete it. If you want to delete this selected column, yes, you can delete it. That's how these are the different options are available. And we are under criteria tab. Okay, so if you want to see the results for this selected columns, simply you can go to result, select result, it will fetch the results. So retrieving data, please wait. Okay, so ERP tree, Dallas inventory. So this user has access to which data, right? We just given the access to this user through roles to this ERP tree Dallas inventory only. That is the reason that only relevant information it is fetching. And even we can just build some filtration, etc., we can do it. So now my requirement is I want to have this inventory organization to be displayed for each sub inventory specification. So we have 3 records here. For each record it has to show. In that case, just now we have seen that option. You can go to this criteria and you can go to column, and here you can go to column properties and column format. Here you can select repeat. Okay, I think column heading we didn't save that. Save default. Okay. Well, it has to apply it. Yeah. So now just go to results. It is showing, and if you want to apply some colors and all, you can just apply. So I'm selecting this column and go to column properties, and here this font which color it has to display and all, and then there is cell representation. So the data should be presented with the center alignment, and the cell background color it has to show in which color. So within this color it has to be displayed. It's a color code. Say OK, say OK, and again say result. Click on result. So that's how you can just apply different colors and alignment, test alignment, and the formats, etc., etc. You can do it. So here you can provide the table sorry, title for this report also, and we'll do that. Sorry. You can just click on edit view. Here you can provide the title for this report, say inventory balances, or else you say ERP3 inventory balances. Here you can just, along with this title, report title, if you want to display the logo for this report, maybe company logo, that you can select here. Say select image, and upload image. So I have a logo. One second, it's fetching. Yes. Say OK, and you should enable the checkbox. Okay, this is how it would come as a report title. And for this title, along with this title, if you want to write some subtitle, you can write it. Just click on done. So this is how you can get it, and the test related any format changes if you want to do. The alignments, horizontal alignment for this, and the background color for this title. So for this title I want to give the background color, which should be in this. And for the border, here this border color specification also you can give it. The border color, we need this. Okay, the border color should display here. You just select this border selection so that the color will be applied for selected area only. You need on top means you don't need to select this rest of 3 dimensions, just only top one you can select. Where that border color should be applicable, that you can select and say OK. So it applied. Okay, so this is how you can do. For this, again, if you want to build some prompt, here we have an option. Go to prompts. So here you can add. We have a 4 columns only as a part of the report. Out of that, you can build some prompts. So go to add column prompt. What you want to prompt when you are running the report. So inventory organization selection we required as a prompt. And user has access to multiple inventory organization. There should be option to select very specific one. Yes, custom label only we are going to create. The same label name you can take as a description also. And operator is equal to, so is equal to what, how that selection is required. It has to display that choice list which you can select from LOV, a radio button, or list box, or check boxes where you can select multiple inventory organizations, or a test field where you can write the name instead of selecting from LOV. So these specifications you can give, say OK. Okay. And go to results. Fine. And done. We'll see that the prompt when user is running, it will come. So we given one prompt specification. So that is inventory organization. Now go to just advanced tab. Here this is completely that code for the report what we prepared. Okay, this is logical SQL query. So this query you can use. By using this query you can create one more OTBI report with a simple process, or else this uh, data you can use, this code you can use to convert this OTBI report as a BIP also. Once we complete BIP report creation also, I'll be showing how to convert OTBI report as a BIP by using this code or existing OTBI report. Okay, so as a part of criteria we selected columns, and these are the different options for each column. You can just set the required settings. And when we talk about results, it will produce the results related to that. Here you can do this all color specification or etc. Here we have many other options also, okay, to play with that. And prompt, you can set the prompt. So when you are going to run the report, which field system has to prompt to select, based on that system will filter the results. When you go to advanced, here XML and SQL related queries you could see. Okay, now say my requirement is I need a similar report, and say here we formatted with the colors, different alignments, logo, etc. Say for example for other columns also we selected color and the center alignments are left or right, and font and font size, and etc. There are many other personalizations we did for this report, and the same we need as a one more definition, but we don't need sub-inventory name, only we need these 3 columns. So here if I delete this sub-inventory, just only 3 columns, but my requirement is I need this report as well as the similar report with only 3 columns. In that case, simply we can prepare the reports. How to prepare? So you can copy up to here, instance name / analytics. Like this also you can directly navigate. So you can go to URL and directly after server name, instance name, you can just type analytics, so that you will be navigated to this page only. We have seen how to navigate through manual process. If not that, server name / analytics you can type will be landing on this BI page only. Fine. So the same report definition we required. So in that case, what you can do is, instead of selecting the criteria and providing all these setups and all, just I'm opening the different page tab. Now just go to again analysis, select same subject area. So inventory. No. So this is the one, right? Inventory, balance, real time. Select this subject area. After selecting, again you don't need to select all those columns, you don't need to format those specific attributes columns, and you don't need to do anything. Simply what you can do is go to advanced tab. Go to advanced tab. Here the report what you created, for the report also we have advanced tab. Go to advanced. Just simply copy and paste this code from this report to this report, so that here all the properties of this report definition will be copied as a new report. Simple. Place cursor here, Control A, all will get selected the entire code. Copy, go to this, place cursor, Control A. So or else remove that, paste it. Okay. System will use this as a query and with other specifications what we did for report. Now we have to click on apply XML. Okay, below also it will generate the logical code. Done. Now you can go to this criteria. Here you could see as the columns are selected. If you run the results also, you could see the same results. Now your requirement maybe you don't need sub inventory. Delete it. Okay, or else you may want to add 2 more columns as this different report definition. Yes, that you can do it. Okay, or different prompts, etc., you can do. So this is how this can be useful. Advanced. Here within that OTBI itself you can copy and paste that same code for other report definition. Once you create, you may modify, or else the same code can be used to create this BIP OTBI report as a BIP report also. That will be testing going forward. Okay, done. Now this is a report we created with a few columns, and now we'll save it. Just save this definition. Okay, just click on save. So if you place this within the my folders, this would be available for only this user. If you place in the shared folders, this can be accessed by any user, okay, who are accessing this BI. Let's go with the shared folders, or you can place anywhere. Okay, shared folders. Within the shared folders we have one folder called as custom. Any custom reports you create, it's recommended to maintain here. Even in EBS or anywhere, any custom reports need to be maintained separately in the custom folder. So select here. So even if Oracle is going to do the migration conversion of, upgrading to next version of the environment, what they do is they don't disturb anything which is a part of custom folder. If you place in some other folders, there could be risk. Okay, fine. Within the custom, let's create one subfolder again to place the reports which we are creating. Within the custom, I want to create one new folder called as ERP3. Okay, shared folders, custom. Within that we have ERP subfolder. Within that you can save it. Okay, this is a report name. Within that report also title it will be displayed inside. This is for our identification purpose. Say okay. Fine, done. So now the report we created and saved. Again, the same report, if you want to save as in the different locations also you can do that. The same you may save within this the user specific my folders also. That's how you can do it. Done. Now you can go to home or just go to catalog. Okay, so here in the custom ERP3 folder we have this report. So directly from here also you can run the report. Open means just directly click on, it will run the report. So we selected one prompt to write as inventory organization. That's what system is displaying here. Whenever user is going to run, this prompt will come to select inventory organization. Okay, so this is how user will have access to the organizations based on how many organizations user has access. When user is running, for which organizations user has access, for that only you can run. We'll go to that where we perform transaction. When you run, you can see that. Okay, here I'm selecting specific.
How we can lock it?
Sorry.
Excuse me. How we can lock it? Because I saw edit open, and I think if somebody has tampered this one, our effort it will go away. No. How we can just only view access?
Yeah. We'll see that which user can have access, etc. You can do all those things. Now where we are in the BA itself. Means we have full permissions. That is the reason all options we are getting here. Okay, we have full privileges. You can provision this report access to specific user with variety of permissions. We'll see that. Okay, ERP3 dollars inventory. Select it. Say okay. Okay, and I want to see the different output options you have here. You can just click on export. So you want to export this data with which format, PDF or Excel, PowerPoint, etc. You can select. Okay, fine. This is one is actual title which we provided, other one is a report name which we written. The two we written the same name, the same system is displayed, and the colors and etc other things you can format as you required. So okay, and go to catalog. Fine. Now, so edit means already we have seen earlier, like it will take us to the same when you run the results. Okay, the results page it will take and so that you can do any sort of modifications. Go to catalog, and if you go to more, here we have a different options. manage this report. Just click on this drop down, the same like here, printable format for PDF, HTML, export which file, and etc, etc, scheduling, deleting, copying the same report, and if you want to rename, you can rename it, you can add this to favorites, and you can create shortcut, archive, you can archive, and if you want to move this, migrate this to one to other environment, you can archive that so that you can save this in your local machine, and you can open other instance, and there you can select. That's how you can archive and unarchive this report. All the activities you can do. Now what I'm doing is I'm selecting this report. Just I'm clicking on this, it got selected, and dragging to right here. So permissions. So scroll little down here, you could see permissions. So where we have this? We have this in shade folder. Okay, we have this in the shade folder. So go to click on the permission. We select a report, click on the permissions. So now by default, if you place any report within the shade folder, by default this report would be available for which roles that system is showing here. This would be available for payable invoice management duty, who has this duty role as a part of their role. For them it will be displayed in the same way. Who has access to role called as BA administrator role, they can have access to this report. Okay, BA platform other role, and BA consumer role, these are the different again permissions. Okay, so full control mean full access, they can do any sort of activity on that, edit, or they can change the definition, or they can delete, and etc, etc. And modify means just they can modify the definition, and the other activities, changing the permissions, etc, they cannot do. So open means they can just run it. No access means so nothing for this, you don't need to set here. So custom, when you select custom, again here you can specify, so read only access. Okay, or just they can execute this report, and they can do some modification, they can delete or change, etc. This different sort of custom permissions you can set it up. So you don't want to give the access to specific role. Your requirement is you want to give the access to this report for specific user. So in that case, so what you can do is, since this is in the shade folder, this is how by default these are the role provisioning Oracle given. If you want to give it to specific user, okay, you don't want to give it to, you can delete all these. Okay, you can delete all these, select and delete the role permissions. Okay, and what you can do is you can just click on add, and here not application role, you want to give it to specific user only access. Search for user, you want to give access to only ERP3. Our current ERP3 user has access to all the many BA admin related role. Okay, so you can select like this. And what sort of permissions you can specify. Open means only read only permission. Okay, so that means ERP3 user can read only access, can run the report. That's all. This is how you can set. Since this is we placed in the shade folder, this is how you can see all this. Or else if you place this in the only that my folders. Okay, how it works, we'll see that. First we'll see how to copy this report into other folder. I'm just selecting this report. Here we have a copy option. Click on copy and go select my folders and paste it. Okay, so I copied here. Now I'm selecting this report, which is a part of my folders. Now go to permissions. So my folders provision the access to current user only. And it is giving custom privileges: read, execute, write, delete, etc., etc. You can change how you require. Even for this user also, okay, only open permissions, read only permissions. Who created this report? Here system is showing owner. Yes, ERP tree only created. By default system is selecting as a owner. Now ERP tree created this report. Okay, which report? ERP tree inventory balances. And the same report you want to provision to other users also. The same way you can search and select multiple user accounts. Here also you can specify the permission, or else after selecting this would get defaulted, you can change it. For ERP3 MGR, you can what permissions you want to give, you can specify here. Now for this user and only these two users only, this report would be available. Okay, from where this report would be available? One thing is, if they have access to this BI, okay, where all the permissions they can have access here, or else if they have access to only open, means read only, that they can find from here. This is related to inventory, right? We just go to inventory related work area here. The same, just let me refresh this page by switching to other task. So we placed in my folders, right? So that is the reason the user is able to see that report from here. Okay, ERP3 inventory balances. Directly the user can run from here. Click on this, click on view. Okay, so this is how you can see this report from here. And if it is available, if it is not available in the shared folder, I mean my folders, you can go to shared folders, and in current scenario we placed in the shared folders also. For example, that is not there in the my folders, you can add that into your shared folders, where you can see here you can add any report into this list. How to do that? Go to this settings, edit settings, and here the reports are available, which you could see here directly, the same. And if you want to add any report, expand all the shared folders. Anyway, my folders you can access the shared folders, whatever any report you have, that you can add into this list. I think in the custom we place, right, or somewhere you just place that you can take into this. Under custom we created folder called as ERP3. Select and say apply. And say okay. So save and close. Now expand this. So now you can see the same here. on view. When you create first time, the output, it will take some time to display. Okay, if you are not getting immediately, wait for some time. That's it. Okay, this is how you can see from here. Okay, that's how you can just set the permissions. You can set the permissions. Now say, for example, you don't want to, the user is not interested like all the time just navigating to this page and clicking on this and searching and running. Okay, if not, that place directly navigating from these tools and navigating to BI area and running the report. The user requirement is whenever the user will log into the application, the specific report or any report, they want to see output directly without running also, or else which are the key reports the user required, those reports need to be displayed in the home page itself. Okay, home page itself. So now this reports, OTBI report is part of OBIE. In fact, in the Fusion we have that server also. Okay, OBI server, we separate server we have, that would be on that OBI only, this OTBI and BIP, this tools related to this reports, separate tools we have as a part of that, and those will be part of middleware. Within the middleware only we have these components, OTBI and BI tool components. All those components will be running on the OBI server. Now this application is different and OBI is different. If you want to get that report in the Fusion application, within the Fusion applications only, from as a part of Fusion application we are accessing everything, but this is completely BI. The BI report, if you want to get for user access, we have seen how you can just navigate, since it's based on this with the help of these folders. Through folders you can manage, that is the reason you are able to get over there. The BI folder options, they mapped with the user related task related, what I can say that what are the transactions user performs. So in the relevant area they mapped. If you want to get those reports here directly in the home page, I want to say, for example, I have 5 reports links I want to provide here. Once the user will log into the application, the 5 reports titles will be displayed. Once they click on that, the report can be displayed here only, or else it can be open new different tab, and there the results need to be displayed. Or else I want to place one dashboard, we can create the dashboard. Within the dashboard also you can prepare. Why we have to create the dashboard when we talk about OTBI? Directly, if you have any prompts, okay, any parameter selection for filtration purpose, just now we have seen when you run that, it is asking for the prompt called as inventory organization. If you want to filter directly without a dashboard concept, you cannot build that filter directly, it's not possible. If you create the dashboard, you can create the dashboard prompt and the report prompt, all you have to map, then only you can do it. Or else you don't need any prompts and all, directly you can map those in the home page. Whenever you come to home page, automatically it will get fetch the real-time balances. Or else you can provide the links. The link, once you click on the link, directly it will open, you don't need to navigate anywhere. Okay, these and all we'll see in the tomorrow session. Along with that, I'll take you through how to add multiple subject areas, how to work on that. So in tomorrow session, what we'll do is we'll discuss about this same OTBI, and the BIP part also will cover how to write the SQL queries, how to convert OTBI report as a BIP with the different options. I'll take you through all these points in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we can close this OTBI and the BIP part also. Then we can continue with our inventory functionality. These reports, whatever we are just building, these are common for any application. The same process you have to follow. Only subject area would be different and the data would be different. That's all. Yeah. Any questions on this, please? Okay, still we have one more session on this. We'll discuss and we'll work on those areas. So by tomorrow you can complete this OTB and BIP part. BIP we are not going to do too much. It's completely related to writing the queries and all, but to introduce how we can write the SQL queries to fetch the data from database for any purpose. To understand that, I'll take you through. Anyway, we'll just create one report also, and we'll do the report definition from where you can access that BIP reports. The other points which we have to understand, I'll take you through that. So apart from these, any questions from anyone, please?